Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwantner and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today we have the pleasure of meeting with Brian Donahue. He's Vice President of Strategy with CareerBuilder. Welcome, Brian.
Welcome. Thanks for having me.
So you are heading a unit called Moneyball. Mm-hmm. What inspired that idea?
The inspiration behind Moneyball really is tied to the CareerBuilder mission to empower employment. And Moneyball is our effort to make sales leaders the best leaders that they can be.
The way I understand it is that you have created a foundation of science, and sales managers can now use that big data to manage and coach and train salespeople more effectively. Did I get this right?
Yeah, that's correct. Our research, we've spent a significant amount of time researching what's going on with sales leadership. And what we found is 90% of sales leaders are only looking at, kind of historical data around sales performance, activity. What we found is that most sales leaders don't have any type of big data around what skills are driving sales within their organization, what traits are driving skills within their organization. And they're definitely, without this data, it's very hard for sales leaders to make very strategic decisions about their workforce.
So you actually went to a university to get some help with developing the program.
Sure.
Tell us about that process.
Sure. We had it in our hearts to really make a big impact within the sales industry. There are more than 16 million people who are currently employed within the sales profession, and there are very few, post-secondary institutions who are providing sales skills training at the collegiate level. We founded a university who'd been doing this since 1992. They have an undergraduate and a master's program in sales. The Global Sales Council is out of the Kelley School of Business at Indiana University. So we partnered with them to take their methodology and their curriculum and really kind of connect it to big data in order to develop salespeople more efficiently.
So the Kelley School is a university that's known to prepare students for the profession of selling. And there are actually only 100 universities that do similar things. We're out of, 3,000 or 4,000 universities?
Yeah, there are about 3,700 post-secondary institutions here in the United States. And yes, fewer than 100 are offering a program in sales skills for the sales profession.
So then the sum total of sales graduate students that come on the market is less than maybe 2,000?
Yeah, it's very small. And what's interesting is, their success rate, their placement rate is 100%. So they come out very well prepared. By practicing and applying sales skills development, they're coming out ramping up faster, they're turning over less, and they've got a 100% employment rate.
So what you have done is you have taken that know-how from the university, and now you're making it available to sales organizations across the country.
Correct.
Can you share how that process works?
Sure. So we've got this proven teaching methodology, and that's one of the reasons we enjoy working, with an institution like the Kelley School of Business. They understand how people learn. They understand how to make sure that knowledge is retained, and that's critical in sales development. So by combining their learning experience with big data, and the big data is captured through a proprietary assessment that we've developed in collaboration with a company out of the Harvard Innovation Labs called CanGrade. And what this does, this assessment collects data on selling preferences and sales abilities, and it also is rounded out with some trait data. And this data enables the learning to be really recommended, based on the individual.
That's awesome. So you almost transform a sales organization from a reactive organization that looks in the rearview mirror to move forward to a proactive organization where you almost create a predictive organization.
Absolutely. By capturing the right data on what skills are driving performance, it's critical to understand a salesperson's preference and how they perceive their abilities. And by combining that data with actual sales performance data, we can start to predict what skills are going to drive sales within an organization. And then by giving that data and that insight to a sales leader, we've been able to transform the way sales leaders lead. And they're much more proactive with how they develop their individual sales reps. And they're even aligning teams by these skills, and they're aligning teams or they're aligning salespeople by specific customer based on the skills that they present.
And what are the results you've obtained?
Well, results, vary from customer to customer. One of the things that we've experienced, probably the most significant event that we've experienced, is around a 40% reduction in turnover. So by being able to understand every single sales rep's strengths and weaknesses and providing that data to their frontline manager, and then understanding how to align that person on the proper team and with the proper solutions, and then be able to have individualized development programs for that rep, has increased the time that they become profitable for our organization, and literally are selling faster, selling more, and ultimately staying with us longer.
It's a great success story. So for anybody who would like to get more information, where can they go on your website?
Moneyballforsales.com is the best place to get started. There are ways to contact us on the site.
Thank you so much, Brian.
No, thank you, Garrett.